and it fast.
A lot of things go around on social media, a lot. Sometimes they are messy, some also just to attract public attention. But the effect of it, why people follow things on social media, just on social media, but more than state affairs, is something we have to discuss. I'm here with my people on the Stiff Culture podcast, and we'll digest into this matter. My brothers,
Yeah, I'm
what's up?
so. Hey, I'm Sly.
They know your name, yes, right?
Sly, they all
We know
Sly,
that.
I'm
Oh,
Sly.
that.
Welcome to the Stiff Culture Podcast. Pure vibes, normal settings. We just go deep.
Okay. And again with the brother himself again.
We just respect.
Came to
Yeah, my name is Vitus and I'm happy to be here again. I'm happy to be here.
yeah, I hardly mentioned my name. But this is Ehud on the Stiff Culture podcast once again.
Two bars time.
So um the topic for today. Why are a lot of people more
Inclined.
inclined to social topics more than state affairs?
Mm-hmm.
It's like we focus more on or concern just things that
Yeah,
about somebody more than things that will affect us as a nation or as a people. And to me, it's quite confusing why we are always inclined to that aspect of things on
well,
social
with
media.
this topic, me, I wish today we had a psychologist here because I think
But we
we
did
can share,
sentimental analysis.
we can all share our opinions and to the best of what we know on this,
That
on
be
this
like,
subject.
what was on this topic? Our comments may or may not be factual. So
Yeah. Let's just
you will have to bear with us in
Yeah.
case we.
and feel free to
Yeah,
share
you
your,
share
your
theirs.
own, yeah.
If we need a little bit of correction, just give it to us. This one here is really wrong.
So why do you feel people, like, I don't want to use examples, but people are most often interested in unrelated or unimportant things on social media and then they follow keenly to
Trends.
those trends.
Before we start discussion, this is the latest thing in Parliament.
I hardly know.
What is the latest thing in Parliament?
That's why we are here.
It's a reset.
So-
Reset.
And so that's why I said that
That's
it's
the problem.
it's concerning.
Yeah, it's
But as I said, go on social media. What's the trendy thing?
Well, I barely know about that too. But that the thing is, even if we don't go to look for it, you watching people's WhatsApp status alone can really tell you what's going on
Yes.
in terms of social trends.
Some of them we don't intentionally
go
go
look for it. Yeah, but then
But
it comes
they
to
will
us.
find you.
They
Yes,
find that. So it's
exactly.
basically sentimental.
And that's concerning. That's concerning. I think it's one thing that's actually affecting us as the youth of Ghana, okay, because we are Ghanaians, and we end up complaining about the government not doing their part and blah blah, a whole lot of issues, and I'm not refuting to that. At some point, the government has to play its role and be responsible for its own promises and things it has, put out there to do.
That's the point where
But then, if we are more inclined to the affairs of our own nation, do you get me? Learning, trying to understand why things are, trying to understand our economy better as a youth, trying to understand why things are not going the way they are supposed to, and like generally getting genuine, knowledge
Yeah.
that could help us make progress, and help push us as a youth, or like help us, give us that force to push for the change that exactly that our country needs. I think it's something we really have to look into.
Can we also take it from the aspect that socially we are not wired to gravitate towards such issues because I think we're in the Fourth Republic, we've gone through like more than three successive governments, right? Which is four successive governments, which is Kotonunko, which is very good, smooth transition of governments to them. But it's more or less each one is like a replica of the other. Each one is a replica of the other. Well, can we also say that the youth or Ghanaians as a whole have come to understand that you have nothing to give us. So the best thing to do is like do what you are doing. We also do what we are doing. The only thing we have to do is that we have to be we have to be law-abiding citizens. We talk, nothing happened. We do this, nothing happened. What goes on is what.
Yes, sir.
But let me
Yeah.
not refute your words though, bruh. Let me say something to this. If we compare Ghana in the first government of the Fourth Republic to the second, to the third, to the fourth, though we are saying it's more or less like replica of themselves, but there are changes in times. One of the change I would say is social media has become a very influential aspect of the world or the yes of the
Of the
world
world, yeah.
in
general.
in general, because at first, before information travels from one region even to the other, it takes a while.
Right now it happens and it's all on tweets.
Right now, even internationally,
Yeah.
within a minute or two, as fast as the internet is, you have it. And these things have become more or less like positively, they become opportunities to us. And rather, it's becoming, we are rather using it negatively more than the positive aspect of it. The reason why I'm saying that is something we like the things we are saying on social media. This is saying this about this is insulting this person, and people are so interested in what is the next reply, what is the person going to say next. Hey, wa reply you, wa respond you, we didn't tell CC, and then we are all happy about those things. Meanwhile, the nation is making very, very salient or important decisions on our behalf, and we are not even inclined to even
Well,
know.
for Ghana, I think it's more about if nobody is dead. I think.
Yeah,
there's
I'm
nothing
waiting
less
for him to finish that. You know how you said that the first government in the Fourth Republic, second government in the Fourth, like it was cool. I think the issue right now is the third government. That's
I think
like
the third and
from
the fourth.
our late president Neil's time coming. That's when people started. The different. You are talking about social media, right? As at then times, you remember during Kufuor's time, as we were kids, we could memorize ministers of state. Boom, 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 boom,
It was a
boom.
must.
Like we were,
It wasn't daily graphic, junior graphic.
yeah, like I'm building,
You get-
yeah, I'm building
So
a
I'm
point to
sorry
that
to cut you.
aspect.
I'm sorry to cut
You
you.
continue.
Junior graphic. These were physically things that were in our palms. They came to the schools with it. It wasn't compulsory, but you loved to buy them.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of information on it.
Now,
Now social media has become
the problem you are talking
So,
about,
I
that's why like I wanted to finish. You see the way the junior graphic came to us, like that were we getting access to the information we needed? No. We got, I won't say that era was bad, like it was really cool. That one I can't lie. It was really bad. The thing was we got what we
was given to us.
given to us. So we consumed what they wanted us to
consume.
when the era of social media started like evolving or developing, people were like, fam, the thing you wrote here and what really happened here.
They are two different things.
Yeah. Then we entered into former President Mohammed's era. Give the youth a chance, give the youth a chance, give the youth a chance. You are giving the youth a chance, but have you taken a look at your class prefects, your head boys, your SRC presidents? How do they gravitate towards illegal means of like embezzlement
And that's the thing.
some of them are even more than
I say not to delve into the
Serious.
topic of corruption in governance and all of that, but then it all starts from a particular place. Do you get me? Yes.
So-
It starts from this. So I will mention some of these people in governmental positions. They've been SRC presidents before. They've been classmates before. They've held positions in the universities and high schools before. Do you get me? And it actually started from somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
So that
That's
bad
from that
character or
aspect.
behavior of stealing, embezzlement. So we are all have to understand that these things start from somewhere. Do you get me? These things start from somewhere, and if we are not able to talk about them, because it's very disheartening, okay, to find out that every youth I've come across who talks about politics in Ghana thinks about embezzlement,
I mean, I made it
Nah,
into politics to make money.
Yeah, but don't. That's what I'm saying.
But
If I
let's
could finish,
not
if
divert.
no, we are not diverting. If I could finish my submission. Now, the people you've seen, they embezzle. Imagine your classmate. You say, I call you, say, and the person is stopped there. They make decisions. Yanka, say, I don't know. You know, it gets to a point you are fed up. You get. So why would I be listening to you? Who? How should I say? The moment I see you on television making submissions, my blood boils. In as such, I would rather gravitate towards like entertainment news.
Yeah.
That one, I know that somebody somewhere doing their silly stuff. I just comment happy. That's why they say if you want to be happy in Ghana, you just have data. You get it because why would I be worrying myself? Sometimes put yourself in their
But that's
shoes.
concerning.
Yeah, but put yourself in their
concerning.
shoes.
It's
Because
You also
concerning
put yourself in their
because we
shoes.
are trying to escape our personal problems.
By
Okay,
putting-
by
putting ourselves in
by
field.
distracting ourselves
Good.
with unconcerning matters, then it's a problem.
Nah,
Do you get me?
it's
Then where's the
understood that
future?
it's understood that it's a problem.
Because
So I want.
we can only build on what we have
Yeah.
and what we know, what we have, and what we are learning from it. Do you get me?
Nah.
So if we discuss less about these
Yeah.
things and trying to learn more about it in order to make the changes necessary as a state, okay,
As a people.
or as a people,
Yeah.
then that's a problem.
Yeah, how
I'm
do
coming.
we
I'm coming.
how do we tackle this issue?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Just one minute, I beg. See
I think
Nigeria.
so.
Yeah,
That is what I
yeah.
wanted.
No, I'm not even going to catch you off. You said,
Yeah.
why are we tackling? Why?
Like I said, the question we will be asking ourselves,
Yeah.
how do we combat this situation? Or
It's
how
like what we are doing right now.
You-
We are
you get-
treating lights.
Yeah.
So I'm
you
sorry.
can-
You,
Yeah,
you do the
Let me
Nigeria
say, let me
one.
say this. I quite remember in the COVID season, this NSAS thing came up, and look at the funny thing of it. The whole NSAS protest was staged on social media.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm one of their groups.
Because we knew that there was social distancing. People were not to meet. We couldn't gather, and they were going through a lot of attacks. They were going through a lot of attacks, and this is a people who just decided that so no, enough is enough for us, and we want to do something about it. A group of people use this same social media where they could have also said, well, we are suffering, let's distract ourselves, somebody. And that was where skits were rampant because people were indoors. They would have just made themselves
Fam.
But I'm coming, I'm not done.
Fam.
They created,
You are wanting to learn,
They
but
created
that
this-
session, like,
no, but
so
I'm
that
saying
you
that,
can-
I'm saying that somebody uses social media to enact a certain change. Now I'll bring it to just last year. Is it last year or this year? Is this year? The voting in Nigeria was this year.
This year.
It was just this year. A third party force just comes out of nowhere. This Peter Obi uses social media a lot, and I believe you have more knowledge on the fact that people were even saying that he cannot round up. Is it 1 million people?
Yeah, they were like he wasn't in the race, like he was in the
No,
he was the president on social media.
They cannot round 1 million people
Yeah.
to go on a
Yeah,
walk or something.
that's in Lagos.
And through social media alone, this person was able to do that, and people came out. So, in that same sense, if we are going to say that we use social media as a distraction based on the fact that we know, say,
It's just what it is.
discipline, as we say, it starts from somewhere.
It's not just about discipline. It's about
The consistency is also.
it's about shouting on top of a voice. Keep on shouting until someone actually hears you
Yeah,
shout.
you know why I wanted to tell him a little bit. The thing is, when they started, I think first the bad guy,
I think I saw Fowles. Yeah,
Macaroni,
I saw Fowles.
Fowles is a counsel, like he's a lawyer or something. He started giving in-depth knowledge about human rights and what
I was actually following
Yeah.
him. I think he was one of the people who was
he
actually down
gave
about
he really gave some substantive submissions. I can't lie. The thing is, they were pushed to the wall. Yeah, they were pushed to the wall, and you watch some of the videos of what pushed them to that extent. Fam, if it was in somewhere like US or anywhere, it would have been a civil war, like all blown out.
Yeah.
There was a video that I saw. A man was in a lake, I think the river lake, searching for the body of his son who has been killed and died in that lake. But do you know how traumatizing that is?
Yeah.
You get it? Fast forward, you meet people, you are killing them, pam, like no excuse me, like no sense. Jimmy, like you meet somebody, let me check your phone. How did you get this car? How I got the car? I think they have like a cyber security as well. That's their EFCC. Let them track the people doing the fraud and catch them. But if you meet me by the roadside because I'm in a Porsche car, you are like, hey, where did you get this car? Then they turn out, give you thing, you kill that person.
So they
were pushed to the wall.
Yeah.
You know, they were pushed to the wall. And when the time came that they had to go on the freedom, in as much as like the thing, I don't know for the whole country, but in Lagos per se, it was too rampant to the extent that killing of their own, like, should I say, age mates or colleagues, like infuriated them. And they came together. You get it? So their issue right now was a circumstance, a deadly circumstance.
So what
we
we are,
pushed them
what
to
we
that
are talking about
extent.
is not even about the circumstances, but the fact that they finally became concerned about things basically affecting them. When we say state affairs, we're not only talking about government per
yes.
se, but something that concerns your society, all of us. Just like we were talking about Malcolm X and then this
Martin
Luther King and
yeah,
co.
civil rights.
The civil rights movement, if they had continued after even Martin Luther was killed, if somebody had taken on, things would change. Definitely, consistency in something creates
change.
Dependency comes. So, are we saying that we are waiting to be pushed to the wall before? Because even if we are talking of being pushed to the wall, right now, this is the season where we've had a lot of bullion attacks.
I'll not even want to stop you there, but that's something that we as Ghanaians need to look into. You know, we the youth. You know, the fact that we are unconcerned about, I wouldn't even say unconcerned because we are all complaining, but everyone is just finding subtle means or subtle ways to
we want to
deal with all
live the
of
country,
this.
you know.
And it's concerning. Do you get me? These things we are talking about,
They are no jokes.
They are no jokes. Honestly speaking, these things are no jokes. Okay, it's concerning that we know the problem. Probably we have an idea on what to do about it, but then we don't push hard enough to even make it happen.
Don't get emotional.
No. But see,
you know, our problem is not what we are saying. Our problem is that we identify the problem. We want to solve it. And she said, all of a sudden, something batters us up. Like
we don't want to solve it.
No, it's not that we don't want to solve it.
My truth is we don't want to solve it. The reason why
who doesn't want to solve it?
I'm coming. We have a Ghanaian in America, Trini Jonas, and I'm not scared to mention him. Trini Jonas basically makes a lot of references on the system is working 247, whatever. He's comparing somebody's country to his. But ask yourself that has he made claims on
why would he even do that?
Because he's not in the country right now. He's not
no, but basically the experience here and the experience there is different.
But with what he's saying, I would like him to
I'm not done.
Yeah, but pull the brakes. When you travel, then
we all compare.
not a comparison. You get there, then you experience like
different
the
lifestyle.
system for 2-3 days.
But that's not
Then
what I'm
you
trying
see
to
it
talk
over
about.
here.
That's not what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm trying to say is, when he started making all these videos, fine. He was actually, even if he didn't make a substantial point on how to solve the issues, he has drawn our attention to some
Certain
things.
things, yeah.
Now we watch the videos and we laugh about it.
Yeah,
And
it's all about
it's fun to us that somebody's, and we see, and then now it became a term in the country, 247 grass and kwan. Now somebody walks, grass and kwan. Somebody's walking on
This country.
cars and kwan. You are making fun of it.
Yeah, happy yourself in this country.
Instead of us trying to find what he's saying, what can we do about it? Meanwhile, somebody sits and throws a rubber on the
this
floor.
message is also to Jonas. I don't know the reason. Probably he has good intentions with the trolling and all of that. But the fact that you have a voice, okay,
You have gotten
someone
the
like that, yes, someone like that, you have gotten the voice, and even though you are finding a way to work with these situations, he's doing it wrongly.
Found the bad guy, as he was saying.
Exactly.
He got the voice. What did he use the voice for?
Use it as a platform to educate people.
Oh yeah,
Okay, the trolling and insulting
became
ministers,
like
and I don't think is the right way to go about it. People like Trini Jonas actually has power. They actually do have power
To change.
okay, to cause the change we need.
Because if
It
Trini
means
Jonas,
that
sorry
change
to
in
say,
our
if
youth.
Trini Jonas says that
Do you get
today
it?
he's coming to Ghana and he's going to
petition the president.
not that far, he's going to go on a float and he needs 100,000 people.
I think probably
He will get it because he has created the voice for himself. As the Tema people, the Tema boys, Sakodi and Co, did a vigil on the Doom thing. They had the voice.
That wasn't Sakura Town.
Please, let's not go into let's not even go into
I knew there was a vigil.
Yeah.
Now we knew there was a video, but sometimes put your facts. Now
Yeah,
sometimes
but
put your facts.
let's not go into
Yeah, in as much as you are referencing. Let's.
This one, we knew there was a vigil.
So let's just
people
say
involved
this.
or the people
The Stardom vigil. Let's just do like
as I
that.
said, influential people,
Uh-huh.
they used their voice to start something. Do you get it? And the thing worked one way or the other. They went on it. So the same way that we are using social media as a form of distraction to ourselves that we follow trendy issues. But when there are things of the state of the nation address, it is live.
It's like we laugh about everything.
We just make fun of those
Yeah,
things
we
and
laugh
then
about everything.
economy, and then we just take that aspect of. But ask the youth
The
that what
critical-
did he really say? If we follow those things, now we can even hold them accountable for their words. That at this time you said this, you've not done it. Why? But we go and take the bloopers, the funny aspect of it, make fun of it for a season.
And then the people who even think about going into office are also thinking.
I think you are even going far too much. Remember when you were in school, when you try to be the one who is principal?
Yeah, everyone just looks at you like.
You see how it is over there? No? That's how our society is.
Yeah.
So people who have the voice to talk, sometimes, like I said, trillions, I don't believe. People who have the voice to talk, when they try to do it diplomatically, they're crying out with you.
Yeah.
But the moment they start insulting, that's when you pay attention to them. Like, come on.
But the thing is, it shouldn't always be insults. Do you get me?
That's what I'm
if
saying.
the idea of gaining a lot of publicity by starting with the insults, probably at some point it has served you. But now that you have the people listening to you, now let's do something substantial with that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The people who tend to do something substantial, how do we see them?
That's what we are saying. It's consistency.
Move, not the consistency. Move the government. Let's separate the government. We the people.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like,
How do we see such people in our society?
Luther King and Co. When he started, he was killed, right? So it's just like how we were saying, the society would wipe you off. But if somebody had also went on to take the structure, we will still do it.
Yeah.
Another person follows suit, we will still do it. As it becomes a consistent thing, persistently, it becomes a normal.
Rome was not built in a day.
Very good.
If right now, let me take from how do you call it? Let me move from the point of being like a little bit, but let me be objective. You know, as Ghanaians, our problem is not being concerned with being not being concerned with societal issues. It's the implementation of system. How do we implement it? You know, systems are can be implemented like step by step, step by step, step by step. But in Ghana or like in our part of the world, how do you want to implement system? Boom, at once. So the moment it doesn't happen, like there's a little bit of like a hindrance.
Yeah.
Everything started. So that's our problem. It's not that we have an issue, it's the implementation
So,
of system.
I'll use this as an example. When the fuel prices just hiked up too much, the driver said that they were on strike. The whole Gambia felt it. Now people were even sitting on Kia, Boboya and things to Accra. And you could see women who would never pick, let's say, Prague or something. You could see how it affected them. What did the government do? They had to now visit it.
Now they visited it, and what did the drivers do? You know, the tendency of the average Ghanaian to find ways to cheat.
Right now, we are looking at how the effect works, not even how the banter of it, the effect. If you make submissions on something consistently, like the structure, they just bring it fine like that. You and I now say, Bossu, you can't just bring things. I say one, you don't mind me. He says it. He says it. He says it. It becomes a collective thing, a collective concern. You
producers, you bet money extra to account one. Hey, way extra.
just Bossu. You will be followed. You will be compelled to follow what the people want.
I think we have to visit this topic. It's very broad.
I will visit it again, but like I said, the edge of the average Ghanaian man to cheat his or her fellow person is the reason why people don't care about the society. The moment there's a structure in place, we want to find loopholes to cheat our brothers or sisters. If you do such thing, you can't just blame the government or the societal structure.
So I think that's the state affairs we are talking about. So the person does that. You and I see it. Query the person. Let the person insult you. Query again, query again.
See, my main point is anyone out there with a voice for change shouldn't stop fighting. Do you get me? Keep on, be consistent. Put out there, just keep trying. Because one day, even though it seems like no one is listening or no one is hearing you, one day definitely all the small shouts you are making will become one loud shout, an echo that will travel far to what do you call it, to get the attention you need. So don't stop. If you have any strong desire in making this country a better place or at drawing the youth attention to state affairs, things that are more concerning to us than what the trends are asking us to do or what we are supposed to follow up on trends, please keep pushing. Okay.
Patriotic citizens.
Yeah. So Trini should come and tell us glass and quiet, you see glass roads.
Okay.
So, but the thing is,
we are out. We are out.
That fire was
glass and quiet, glass, still culture, a glass and a bantam.
But I know be banter, but
certain things
okay.
Sometimes I need this love.